got a lot to talk about,
and
and some just unfortunate shit, which is why Pasta will be joining us. But before he comes on, this morning I jumped on our Discord, which is a magical place where you should be, and I will make sure to get an invite link and drop it in the chats at some point tonight on the off chance that you're not. And I asked the Discord for weird news. Now, in terms of Rockfin subscriptions and other.
Okay, so I don't know who exactly this guy is, but basically the guy that we were tracking earlier, the pasta guy who's anti-vax, anti-Medicare for all, but was going to speak at the Medicare for all march until they told him to wear a mask. Anyway, he's going to be on this show, and this show is it's colorful.
Avenues like merch and crap like that. So if you can, guys, please throw a couple of bucks at the GoFundMe. There is absolutely, like no fucking minimum. I know I'm broke. I couldn't really fucking do this. We are a little bit over halfway there, which is awesome because we're a little bit over halfway through the month of the fundraiser, so not panicking or anything. But every little bit helps. If you can't donate, dude, that's great though, but share the link, please, dear God. Oh, Robbie, if you're high enough to call in, that would be fucking awesome. Love seeing Robbie in the fucking chat when Rob Juno calls in often. We could have dueling Robbies. We could have Wizard Robbie receipts. Need to.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry, everybody. Oh no! Are they on YouTube? Damn. They are. Well, that's easier. So he's yep, all these people are anti-vax. All these people are like right-wing aligned.
Given before Parliament on Tuesday, Vaccines Minister Nadeem Zahawi touted the country's controversial NHS COVID pass as having an important role.
But also, I mean, you got to keep it in mind that ultimately it's all the systems and all the systems of hierarchy and everything that have breeded the ability for these conspiracies and everything to exist because people feel so disconnected from power in their lives, and they feel completely powerless. So instead, you get things like this happening where they're going to ramble and ramble about how horrible the vaccines are when most of the world can't get them and wishes they could. Anyway.
Vaccinated, whether they received the.
But I saw something on Instagram. It said they're going to put something inside you that the aliens are going to come down and take you and everything. Like, come on now.
Parliament. I'm going to go ahead and play the like 30-second clip here.
Oh, no.
I'm grateful for the member's question. On the Novavax trial participants, they will have their vaccine pass in the United Kingdom. And of course, we're working with other countries to make sure.
I don't know if we can hear that.
No, the audio's bad.
I've got a lot of volume.
Just a reminder, folks, the phone lines are not open yet. Just a reminder.
What is going on right now?
For the honourable member's question.
Any better?
Wait, is somebody calling in with that? Wait, what is going on?
Trial participants, they will have their vaccine pass in the United Kingdom.
He can barely say COVID. He can't say COVID pass. He knows how unpopular it is. He knows how much people hate this shit. He knows how fucking wrong it is.
No, the thing is, like, you're already required to get a lot of different vaccines and everything before you go to other countries. So,
but as far as the UK is concerned, they will be considered as fully vaccinated whether they've had the placebo or the vaccine.
One more time there.
Fully vaccinated whether they've had the placebo or the vaccine.
So, again, in the UK, you are considered fully vaccinated if you had the placebo during the trial. Now, at no point do they tell you that was the trial. They can't exactly say that. But that's exactly
phone lines aren't open yet.
what we've kind of talked about before. The idea, and folks, we're going to do the show a little bit
And what is the point of all this? What are the solutions then?
like a coast to coast AM when that I'm going to have a guest on. We're going to talk about some things. Then we'll open up the phone lines and both of us will take the call. So just kind of pull back.
So, like, yeah, what are the solutions here to all this? So it's like you're drumming up all this fear of a conspiracy and everything. Actual, I guess I'm gonna have to edit my videos and put them on YouTube because this is insane. But actively drumming up all this fear against the vaccines that literally once they're done doing their thing, they just go away. Like, they're done. Like, no big deal. You know, having a tube shoved down your throat and everything sucks a lot more. But also, he's doing nothing but the bidding of like right-wing media and everything right now. He's doing nothing but the bidding of like the whole QAnon group and everything. Like, I mean, he is not helping anything by what he's doing, and he's not even offering any solutions to his own like things that are his like that he deems a problem. So
Back for a little bit. I told you from day one, this is
hashtag who funds Rockfin? Who owns Rockfin? Honestly, does Nico House and Jack Posobiec own Rockfin? I don't know. Honestly, they might. Like, why do they push it so hard? I don't know.
an evolving experiment for the show. So we're just trying to see what works and what doesn't. And circumstance gave us the opportunity to test this out. So we're going to give that a shot. I'll bring Pasta in here.
Here we go, everybody. Pasta's coming on in.
Here in just a couple of minutes whenever he shows back up on the camera there. And then we'll be able to get to it. But going back to what we were just talking about, I believe we've discussed this on the show. When I was on Union of the Unwanted a couple of months ago, when Dr. Judy Mikovits was on, she had said, and she had referred to the initial rollout of the vaccine, or the mRNA, gene therapy.
He has no idea what he's talking about. He's like, oh, that mRNA, the gene therapy. No idea what he's talking about.
The rushed experimental drug
Wrong.
that still only is under emergency use
Wrong.
authorization that to date has killed at least 12,000 people. She had said that called the initial rollout of the jab the animal control trial, and brought to our attention that when you
I'm a high dishwasher sitting in my basement, and even I can tell that this guy's full of shit.
do that testing phase, the initial test phase that they didn't do before they rolled it out, in order to keep better track of and understand what's going on with different types of people that take your drug, they use saline for 50% of the shots bare minimum.
As the chatter says, watching this guy makes him uncomfortable. Yeah, he's pretty creepy. Honestly, I'm a little scared. Like, I don't know. I mean, these guys are anti-vaxxers and stuff. Like, these are really crazy, like, conspiracy theorists. It's messed up stuff. Sad.
Minimum, bare minimum. Now, if they want to skew the results to make it look like their experiment is going way better than planned, then they increase the number of placebos up to 75, 80%. There have been a couple of cases in drugs that were never brought to market where they found out that 90% of the shots that they were giving people were placebos.
That is insane. He's saying all the shots are fake. Oh my god.
So here we've got the NHS
It's a fake vaccine.
saying flat the fuck out. Oh yeah, no, it's okay, it's okay.
Hashtag green screen.
If you didn't take the actual drug, we already got enough from you because we do have your blood. We do have.
These people are leading the Medicare for All March rally tomorrow, just as a reminder. The same people who their main focus of attack is Nina Turner running for Congress in Cleveland. And she is one of the strongest advocates, like, for any politician for Medicare for All. Probably, like, the strongest advocate for it, aside from maybe Bernie, but even then, I mean, like, as far as candidates go, and as far as politicians go, she's pretty freaking awesome. And this is who they're directing, like, all of their hate at. And they're not even, they didn't even organize a rally in Cleveland. Like, and they expect her to go down to Columbus. Like, Cleveland's a big city, you know? Like, why wouldn't you organize a rally there? Shouldn't that be a focus? Like, if you want Nina Turner to go or whatever. And also, if you want Nina Turner to go, maybe you shouldn't direct all your hatred and disgusting, like, comments towards her all the time.
Have all of your information. We can get all of your medical data from everything that you've already given us. And we can, contact trace the fuck out of you. So there's, at that point, mischief managed. Hey, Pasta, if you could actually hear me, kind of shout towards the microphone.
He can't. He's not added to the stream.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I can add him.
You hear me, Sleepy?
Your audio sounds all robot-y. I think you have to.
I have to remember what?
Pasta got the boot, Jardula! I'm being oppressed. I'm being censored. I'm being McCarthyite smeared. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, no, that's horrible.
Hold on.
It did that shit last time, too. They had to reboot something.
Okay.
Sad. Sad. Where is Pasta? Why is he not on the screen? Where is he at? Why is he not in the parking lot?
Well, if he's got to totally reboot, let's get him out of the.
Are you serious? He's got to totally reboot?
Just so it's not making.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Okay, wait. All right, guy. Let's fast forward here. I don't know. I feel like this guy might be well-intentioned, but not Pasta, of course. He is 100% a grifter, but this guy, he might be well-intentioned. I mean, ultimately, I don't know. I'd have to talk to him, He's kind of creeps me out too. Sorry. When is Pasta getting here? How long does it take a man to
on Magnus's channel with Adam Kokesh.
Magnus's channel. Magnus is the Boogaloo boy that Jimmy Dore had on his show, and ever since has made the rounds of all the other people in that whole world. That's nice. Yeah, see, they're all best friends. Like, he's literally a Nazi, and best friends. Pasta and Magnus and this guy
And Misty.
Pasta.
Keep
Did you
going.
hear-
I added it in case he fixes it.
Okay, Adam Kokesh and Misty.
Adam Kokesh is a freaking right-wing libertarian, like anarcho-capitalist, which is not a real thing, but he's one of those. And he ran for president, I think. I think he ran for libertarian president. The guy is dumb. And he apparently also makes the rounds of all these people too, I guess. Um, and also to everybody who's watching, uh, another reason I have to pause so much is because if I don't pause, you won't be able to hear my voice. Because my computer doesn't work very well. So I'm not able to like play the audio, play the video at the same time as talking, or else you won't hear either one basically. So anyway, pasta.
And a couple other people. And it was a
Only the best in our channels. We have the best people.
conversation about. Oof. How do I turn down pasta so I don't hear the robot me come back at me? It was a conversation.
Yeah, okay.
About how Facebook and Google.
Oh boy.
Woof.
Woof.
No.
Still a robot.
Yeah. Just use your phone, like I said 5 minutes ago.
Ooh, he's pissed.
All right, okay.
Oh boy. Maybe not. Maybe that's their humor.
Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Conversation about how Facebook, Amazon, and Google are not private companies.
Oh boy.
And we went through a lot, and backed up by actual corporate law and all kinds of other shit. Read through some articles and a bunch of stuff about Google and the state and shit like that. That reminded me.
What is the point? What is the point of any of this? Like, what is the point?
Of what a fantastic resource the Anarchist Library is.
Okay, well that's true, but not. Jeez.
Which, if you're not, there's links to it on the Slow News Day Discord.
These people give anarchists a very bad name.
Which again is a magical place.
Because they're not real anarchists. They're anarcho-capitalists, which is not a real thing. They're all for hierarchy, and they're all for keeping systems of command and control just like privatized or in like their own way that they deem good. So.
It got an age restriction warning. We could do it live. We could go ahead and go over here to the YouTubes, and I will pull up Magnus's channel.
Oh my God, he's pulling up the Boogaloo Boys channel now. Okay. Like, if you're allies with a Boogaloo Boy like that, like, you're not an anarchist. Like, that's just not how that works. Okay.
Span. There we go. Ooh, might be fun one day to just go through the other videos about Magnus. Let's see. There we go. That's just hilarious, dude. I can't fucking believe this. We told jokes and we told facts, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah. It happens. Like, okay. He liked his own video, by the way, just saying.
I guarantee you that there was far more inappropriate shit that was live streaming on YouTube at that time that didn't get a restricted warning for it. I guarantee you that this show,
The Rojava videos generally have those too. And so does like a John Oliver video about plastics. It's the only John Oliver one that has any kind of age restriction on it, and it's the one about plastics for some reason. But anyway, go off, bearded fake anarchist guy.
is more vulgar. We don't get the age restriction warning on it.
Okay, let's go. Where's pasta?
Age restricting
Video can't embed it in thing on the site.
people are fucking.
I mean, that seems to be one. That's
just fucked up. It is. I don't know. Did you watch any of that, Josh?
it did not.
It was a good conversation. But yeah, I mean, just there's nothing about it that you would be able to even remotely consider like age restricting the video for. I don't know. People are fucking.
I mean,
Teen Vogue and others after X-Ray.
stop.
Because apparently she was the only person that was like.
hey, give me like 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
All right. So I guarantee you, as soon as Sleepy gets up to leave, Pasta's gonna jump into the.
Get him back.
Any buttons?
Okay, we're done.
Thank you, Johnny Butt.
Johnny Butt.
There's pasta. There he is. Finally, here he is.
And
He ran upstairs. He's gone.
that's okay. He knows. He's busy hanging up his superhero cape where he keeps it handy because he always needs it. Pasta, I'm gonna read through this little bit here real quick, and then we'll go to you. Graphic clips have appeared on sites across the internet, including posting
They got hacked.
Fox, the Washington Post, New York Magazine, Newsweek, the Huffington Post, and a long list.
Oh,
It's probably close.
I
Headed.
can't.
Whoops. Ladies and gentlemen, 1/3 of the Convo Couch and recent reject from the stage of the
A recent reject. Oh my god, he literally quit. It's not.
Medicare for All March and
Notice, by the way, his Rockfin hat that he's got going on here. Repping the brand for some reason. Why would he do that? I don't know. Maybe because he owns a part in it? I don't know.
and recent reject from the stage of the
Just asking questions. I don't know. Does Nico House own it? Does him and Jack Basovia own it? I don't know.
Medicare for All March in Los Angeles. Pasta got it a boot. Jardula.
Well, let me just start off the show. I'm glad you had me on to talk about it, but you really should. You want to know why? Because we just talked about this upstairs, Steve. This is all your fault, right? This is completely 100% Steve Poikinen's fucking fault that I got thrown out of this shit today. This motherfucker is the one who
I didn't do anything.
blackpilled us how long ago? I've already lost friends because of this bastard. Now today,
Haha, screw you, Pasta.
they threw me off the goddamn stage, and I want everybody to know in the world, in the universe, everywhere out there, that right here is the son of a bitch, the reason why I got thrown off the Medicare for All stage today. Thanks a lot, Steve. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, and here's why. You don't
What is going on right now?
need that kind of negativity in your life.
Ah, okay.
Pasta
know.
got the boot, Jardula. You don't. No, this is fucking. I'd maintain, Pasta, that if this was
Is Pasta about to light up?
anyone else, we wouldn't.
Are you serious? See, the guys like this, they co-opt weed culture and anarchism and whatever they want to use. These guys are not anything. No, these guys give all that like a bad image, fake image, fake pasta.
Be having this conversation. I feel this feels personal.
He's trying to buy like because he sees like he knows what show he's going on and everything. This guy smokes all the time and everything. So he's trying to buy like a whole bunch of goodwill with the rest of his audience who maybe doesn't like him or whatever or whoever might be watching like us. But I say screw you, pasta. I don't care if you smoke weed. I really you piss me off. And let's go. Come on my show. Let's go, guy. Actually, I don't really want to platform pasta, so. It'd be kind of fun though.
Me, and again, as far as I know, it's just Los Angeles that has made this stipulation. This is unique to the LA organizing club from where I'm sitting. But I don't know, dude. It's happening to you, so you tell me why I'm wrong and why it's my fault.
Well, I
I
said,
mean, I guess you did tell me why it was my fault, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll reiterate. It would be
Okay, see, right now, I don't know if they're actually mad at each other. Oh, sorry, everybody. So I don't know right now if they're actually mad at each other or if this is some kind of like game or something. I don't
unlike you to not drive the point home.
well, obviously, you know why.
know.
I mean, why I kind of got kicked off, right? I guess my stand.
He seems to really overcompensate. I feel like you can tell Pasta's got some, like, I mean, like everybody's got some, he's troubled, and you can tell, and he really overcompensates for it by being loud and boisterous.
Stance on COVID, and also too, I think they took into play the whole stop the steal stuff. They even put my parlor.
Stop the steal. That's right. That's right. Pasta is also going around on Parlor, first of all, which is like a right wing site where you can just post anything, literally anything. And so he was on there talking to people um, about the Stop the Steal and how he thinks the election was stolen from Trump and all that kind of garbage. So, and he's against Medicare for all. So Medicare for all March was going to have an how dumb. But they're still going to have a whole bunch of anti-Medicare for all people speaking tomorrow. It's sad for the people who are genuine. But anyway.
Shit up there. There was a lot of haters. Said that Fee and I were right wingers and
You are.
shit, yada yada yada. But I mean, I'm very
Anti-vax. Anti-Medicare for all. Anti-abortion. I mean, you can keep going. I mean, that's what these guys are. Well, I don't know about the slow news day guy, but pasta is everything. So
very happy though today I get the chance to come on and talk to you about what this shit is all about, because this is really, I mean, I saw this coming, right? I really did. I was like, I've had a feeling they were waiting to put up our speaking like post, the artwork, because they knew as soon as it would go up, people is controversial. They call us controversial, as me and Fiorella, they would take the shot at me.
No, you're wrong.
I've said on streams before that I'm not taking the vaccine, that I took ivermectin.
Ivermectin, the fake thing that, well, is does not treat coronavirus. And I'm just like gonna trust whatever I saw. But all right, pasta. Play. Oh man. Sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. Like, this is sad. I'm so sorry.
I've talked a lot about this. And when it comes to talking to like the organizers of this virus, me and Fiorello know 10 times more than them put together. And I think that you guys on the network, when it comes to Last American Vagabond, when it comes to you, Jason Burmis, you guys have educated us so much on this point, you know what I'm saying, that they're really, really far behind, you know, the 8 ball. And, you know, there's a lot of things to just discuss right now, because after this whole COVID-19, I would think that a lot of people wouldn't want like the government to be controlling our healthcare. This authoritarian, you got to do this kind of healthcare. And, you know, I use the term, I use the term medical tyranny, because I said I would refuse to wear a mask. I refuse to take a test. You know, you had to take one of those
I refuse to do things that are gonna, like, potentially protect other humans.
rapid tests. You know, they're 200 to 280 bucks to get them that back in a couple hours.
Rapid test he's talking about. Well, Guy, you got lots of money, so.
And I didn't get the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? And I can't even believe that the organizers, now this is the local organizers. I want to point that out to the audience. This is not the main organizers. This is the local organizers over here. I know these people.
So, what do we think? Do we think that this guy over here got the vaccine? I don't know. Probably not.
These are the people we started out in the streets with. Remember when you told us when we had a choice, like you could see us, we were going to either go this way or go that way. And we went that way, which was the right way. And you seemed very pleased by it, you know, and we're happy where we are today. But unfortunately, a lot of our old school activists, they don't even know what fucking DARPA is.
Old school activist? What does that mean?
You know what I'm saying? They have no clue about any of the shit, the history, and they don't understand power. Who's pulling the strings and who's controlling things?
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're all the ones who don't understand power. Okay.
No, not even a little bit. They're incentivized to not. I don't know why I have an echo, but I have an echo.
Oh, we got an echo again.
Hopefully nobody else does.
Is there an echo?
And that'll just be something I deal with. Let me turn me down. Maybe that'll help. So anyway, fuck, man. This is so fucking dumb. It's so dumb, Pasta. It's so dumb. It makes my head hurt.
No. It's good. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that they did that, to be honest. Like, I couldn't believe that they actually did stand up to him, to Pasta here, and tell him, like, we actually want you to do these things. Like, that's amazing. They actually gave in a little bit, like, because, you know, you can have, like, neo-Nazis and whatever speaking at the rallies, and, you know, people who don't support Medicare for all, but those are all good. But finally, though, something. So it's pretty hilarious that Pasta's the one that's getting screwed.
How dumb it is. Those organizers and the shows they watch and the people they're friends with.
The shows they watch. Like, okay. They must think, like, okay, so in their world, you know, it's all about, yeah, it's all about whose shows you watch and what shows you don't like and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, certain ones, like if they watch all kinds of crazy right-wing stuff, if they're like a right-winger, we like those people on there, you know? But if they're like they watch Sam Cedar or something, ooh, they hate him immediately or something like that. But that's not real people who are actually like, you know, anarchists or some forms of like anarcho-communists or people on the left, like actual people on the left and whatever. It's not about whose show you're religious to or like whose dogma you're religious to. It's like, you know, you can have shows you watch and everything and take things from and whatever, but like whose shows you're like going around worshiping, like, yes, Jimmy Dore this and like the Combo Couch or whatever. Like, no, that's not how any of this should be. You're literally creating this weird hierarchy of information and everything. And it's really strange. but it's very right wing. That's what right wingers do too. You know, they create their echo chambers of their media, who they take their word for gospel. So
and the circles they run in, they're all having the same conversations that they were having 5, 6, 7 years ago. None of that shit is any different.
I love the green screen, how the smoke and the green screen and everything. You can see how obvious it is. That's great. I like it.
There's maybe they've replaced a couple of the names, but everything that they're trying to fight in the exact same way that they did each and every time before is the exact same shit. And they've got all of the exact same complaints. And they walk up to a point and go, okay, this is it. This is as far as I'm willing to look into this issue. And it recedes further and further, like towards the mainstream narrative every fucking year, Pasta. How far they're willing to walk away from the narrative, that gap is not widening.
Everybody sheeple. People are sheep. That's literally what they're saying. It's a really disgusting, like, human kind of thing to say. To think that, like, I don't know, you're like above everybody, and that they're just like, there's just people who are just like not as good as you, like that, and everything, and that they just fall in line and everything. And it's like, yeah, people do have a lot of internalized structures of hierarchy and everything. You internalize the system of command and obey that you live in, because it's internalized in you since the day you're born. It shapes your outlook and everything. I mean, but to say that you're better than everybody because, like, like, something about, like, I don't know, the vaccine, or like whatever garbage pasta is, like, going on about right now. Anyway, uh they're really, really creepy and very wrong and very smug.
And the content that they watch or produce, it's doing the same shit. Like, at this point, you've got motherfuckers that are actively
What a doomer background that is. So look at that. They all got their gas masks on and everything.
running away from valid information because they have a personal problem with the source.
Yeah. I mean, and we thought this Medicare for All March was about, and obviously, Steve, Medicare for All now, what I want is different than what I wanted in 2016 when I met all these people, right? At that time, I was ready for a whole.
I want to talk about that when we open the phone lines.
He's not even for Medicare for All.
We're going to open the phone lines in about 5 minutes.
Oh, yes. Phone calls coming soon. Yes. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Guys, and I want you guys to tell us what your opinion about federally run healthcare is when you call in too. But sorry, go ahead, Pasta.
No, I mean, but it's different because obviously we see what the government can do. We've since learned about entities like DARPA and what they've been doing for a long time.
We're going to fast forward to the calls a little bit.
We've looked at patents that have gone back 20 years on coronavirus, how long they've been out there. And I'm
Right. We've studied coronaviruses before, so that's why we had a head start in the vaccines. Anyway,
scared shitless that I have to get a Medicare for All system that is anything like what we've just seen right now.
wait, so he's saying he wants a Medicare for All system that's not federally run. That is strange. So basically, any government-run healthcare, that is screwed up. So basically, what? That just means deregulating healthcare more, probably, which is probably what he wants, or deregulating health insurance companies more. So all that would do is make healthcare companies, consolidate even more into fewer companies, and prices go up, healthcare goes bad. Like, That is insane. And see, all these people like Pasta and Jimmy Dore and all them are they're really reshaping what Medicare for all means. It's becoming like a nobody really, you know, will be able to like pinpoint exactly what that is anymore because everybody will have different ideas. And if Jimmy Dore calls it Medicare for all, or if Pasta calls it Medicare for all, then their people will think that too. All right.
Think you need to remove from power. What the fuck?
Steve, I got
Oh, he's pissed.
a lot of questions, and I know you can help me out. I know we got to open up the phone lines, but really, to tell you the truth, some people have come at me and said, Pasta,
Oh boy.
you're using the term medical tyranny, and it says you won't take a test and you won't wear a mask.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Get the vaccine, man. Like, it's no big freaking deal. It's been tested. They knew about it. Like, they knew the basis of it for a long time. It goes in, it does what it's supposed to do, and then it dissipates and everything. Okay? Like, no big freaking deal. You're just making things worse. You're gonna make, like, if people don't get the vaccine, it's just gonna allow different patches, like, different mutations to keep coming up and getting worse, like the Delta variant.
Mask. How can you consider that medical tyranny? But there was something inside me, and from everything I experienced, where I wanted to say enough is enough. January 4th and 5th and 6th, we spent together. We were in DC, and I explained to you and Jason like the pressure I have from people, on the left, that when they saw me not wearing a mask, what they would say and what they would do. And I would always capitulate and say, okay, if it makes you feel better, I'll put on the mask. But
I've always been so nice to them. I always give in. I'm just such a great guy. I'm like, yeah, I'll give in to you. I'll turn the other cheek and all that BS. For literally just doing the most common thing months ago, like wearing a mask. Like that was the most basic thing he could have done. And he's acting like that was some big chore for him to do for everybody, and that like everybody owes him for that.
I said enough is enough right now. I'm not going to do this shit any fucking more. This is unnecessary. This is a big fucking fugazi play on us by Fauci and all his other goons and the government. And Fauci's probably just the middleman, but he facilitated things very fucking easy. And I said enough is enough. I'm not going to be told to go take a test when I don't have to take a test if I don't feel like it's the right to take a test. Not even the fact that these tests right now are, I mean, there's so many problems with these tests right now.
What?
They say they're not even working properly. In fact, somebody sent me a tweet saying that the FDA is removing the PCR test because it failed at level 1. So what good is a fucking test anyways? And why do I have to spend
Source.
$280
Somebody sent me a text.
to get the results back in a couple hours just to appease some people that I don't have
Somebody sent me a text.
fucking corona? You know what I'm saying?
Roundly healthy choices that we have genuine mental health care in
Yeah, this guy's doing some anti-vax stuff.
this country. Doesn't say if you're happy, no, if you're sad. Dude, I mean, got a lot of fucking empathy for this shit. And it is so fucking
Group of people.
Like, look at this. This is all just like feel bad for Pasta. This is all just like, aw. This is like hardcore copium right now. Like, this is the hardest like copium like you're gonna see. All like, literally, there's a Medicare for all march going on tomorrow for these people, and this is their main focus. Not like, oh, we're gonna press forward because we really believe in Medicare for all and all that. No, no. Instead, we're gonna sit around and like suck in all the copium with Pasta.
And power and how the government's run.
Get out.
And now, speak, man, about
They're supposed to open up the phone lines like what 6 minutes ago on this thing. Come on. Oh, here we go. Good. I'm tired of hearing him rant about his nonsense over and over. Okay.
You did. You
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Hey, Sleepy, you back?
Yeah.
Right on.
Sleepy. Oh boy.
Sleepy.
Let's
Oh boy. They know him, I think.
let's go ahead and open the phone lines. We're gonna go take your calls.
Oh.
Let us know what your thoughts on the federal government in charge of your health care.
What are your thoughts on the federal? So, okay, these guys are literally against Medicare for all. They don't want a federally run healthcare system. I mean, come on now. Like, that is so blatant right there. These guys, whoever's watching, man, like, these guys, if you really want Medicare for all and everything, these guys are not, like, this is just an op to, like, decline, to get support declined in a federally healthcare run, or in a federally run healthcare system. Like, some of the best systems in the world run in a federal, like, completely nationalized healthcare system, like South Korea and England and the UK. Obviously, like a communal model eventually would be great, like what Rojava has and everything. But that takes a lot of time and a lot of organizing to get to that. So, ultimately, the best idea, federally run healthcare system. These guys are literally saying that's bad. These guys are anti-Medicare for all. They're just obscuring the idea of it completely.
Let us know your thoughts on pasta getting the boot from this March, or people with placebos counting as being fully vaccinated in the UK for their Vaxport system. Did you see that, pasta?
What's that?
Did you see that bit? The here, let me bring it up while we're
No, I
come back to
want me to read.
You were live.
hello? Hello?
It's another worldview. I can't hear him though.
Oh, god damn it. Ian, speak up.
He's been emailing me today.
I don't know, man. Maybe try again.
It's okay. I don't want to hear this caller, so hopefully they don't connect.
Maybe try again.
I'll try to call him back.
Okay. We'll do that. And I'll pull up I'll read shadow bans.
You got to read it like him though.
Fuck these pinche putos, dog. The left is dead, dead, dead. Let them rot. We don't need a revival of these failed bucket of cunts and their bullshit authoritarianism. Fuck the federal government. I might call in to tell you my full opinion.
Unhinged. This stuff is insane. And what are you saying? Like that, whoever that is like a hardcore, like, taxes are theft, libertarian. Like, those are not communists. Those are not anarchists. They're like, no. And literally, that person is just like, down with the left. No.
Congrats, pasta. You know who the fuck they are now.
Love Paulie.
Let me make sure audio settings didn't get all fucked up. Give me a second.
Okay.
Paulie, what's up?
There's the vaccine minister. Did you know that, pasta, that the National Health Service in the UK has a vax minister?
That literally, minister is just another word for, like, secretary or representative or anything like that. They're talking. Oh my god.
I do now.
Right. I did not know that.
Fucking Wuhan.
On the
So in the UK, they're admitting.
What up, E?
So you can hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I wish I could say I'm surprised.
Oh my God! Look at that thing that he's got.
I'm shocked, but not really
Audio sucks, by the way.
surprised by the weird, catering to nonsense, I guess, is what we should call this. Because the vaccines that they have, the so-called vaccines, the human
So-called vaccines. What are we listening to? Is this Rush Limbaugh show, or old Rush Limbaugh? Is this Tim Pool?
medical experimentation
Basically, these are your people running the Medicare for All marches.
gene therapy shots do not prevent infection or spread, right?
Oh my God!
Yep.
So
90% of people who are admitted to the hospital right now are admitted unvaccinated, and they're the only ones who have to be intubated and whatever. Yeah, everybody else who gets sick with the Delta variant, who's vaccinated, worst case scenario, you get a little oxygen, and then you're good. Worst case scenario. So anyway,
what would the point be of having one of those things? You could do much better.
no vaccine is 100%. No medical procedure is 100% safe. No, even just like the antidepressants or thyroid medicine, if you don't, or anything. None of it is 100%. These people, well, again, it's not their fault ultimately. They've heard all this stuff, that it just feeds off of everything that they've been told their whole lives and whatever, and
Better just taking that Ivor thing and
that Ivor thing.
you would be sure you wouldn't get it. It's pretty scary that these people are that stupid. Placebo, that's I think the word that you probably used in the literature was control group.
Control group. That's literally a term that is used in any kind of experiment or any kind of medical journals or anything. He sees that word and he's scared to death. That's something that I read on 4chan or something, on the QAnon forums.
But there is something called the placebo effect, and
oh my God,
I'm going to go ahead and say that the placebo effect is probably stronger than the actual semi-toxic injections are given to people.
I mean, right? Amazing. Oh my God, these guys are incredible on their own, but the callers are even worse. But look at this though. Look at what their audience. This is so bad. And they're just, this is what they're breeding too. They're not pushing back on any of this. They're not they are participating in more people dying. Really, I mean, sad.
People, at least you're not going to have spike proteins that you're making yourself, which are super dangerous, right? You're not going to wind up dying of pericarditis or myocarditis or thrombosis or any sort of clotting disorders. You're not going to get Guillain-Barré syndrome, any of the serious adverse injuries and deaths that you find with the VAERS system on these.
It's all wrong. It's all freaking wrong. Going on about all this kind of stuff, but yet, Corona's no big deal. No big deal. Vaccine's evil, though. Virus itself, no big deal. The one that you have to get a tube put freaking down your throat. Maybe you'll live, when that happens. Great.
Vaccines. So, I think we're probably better off. I was trying to figure out how I was going to go from that protest.
I feel that, though, Pasta. That is relatable content. The bowl and the trying to get unclogged and everything, and getting ash in your mouth. See, stick to that. Why do you got to do this stuff, Pasta? Like, just sit around, talk. I think he's into sports and stuff. You know, let's just you and me, Pasta. Let's just talk sports for a while. And you know what? Let's just you talk sports. Let's just stick to that. You do a sports show. Leave all this alone. Just sit around, smoke weed. Don't talk about vaccines or politics ever again. All that kind of stuff, please.
The Medicare March for Medicare for All to Santa Monica Pier, where from 12 to 4 there is a worldwide Freedom Day protest.
Ah, that sounds normal.
Where I'm guessing, we're going to see someone like Robert Kennedy Jr. maybe.
Woohoo!
Oh, nice. Again, like somebody, there were a couple of people that were like, be careful around RFK Jr., but I think they think that about
Be careful. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever. Okay.
everybody, so I'm not sure how much weight to put to that.
Well, I'm certainly not going to, take him as my leader, but he sure as hell seems like a smart guy who has beaten Monsanto and Big Pharma in court and made a bunch of money by showing that they're full of crap, right? He may be, when you look at him, he does seem like he desperately wants to be a shit lib, but the truth is too much for him, so he can't.
I'll be honest. I don't know anything about him. But okay.
Fit in, and now he's canceled. But he seems super reasonable. I watch him, listen to.
Oh wait, I'm looking up right now. Never mind. He's a freaking anti-vax lawyer. Oh geez, fuck him. Oh, never mind. Oh, of course that's why they're promoting him. And he's calling him a shit lib. See, when they say something like that, I assume, oh, maybe he's actually like left or whatever. But turns out, oh no, he is a hardcore anti-vaxxer. Actually, we only need to scroll through a little bit. Robert Kennedy Jr. Look at this. Anti-vaccine advocate. Incredible. The anti-vaccine propaganda of RFK. From McGill University in Canada. Okay. Led a crusade against vaccines. Spread lies to marginalized communities. Yeah. Does not want you to think of him as an anti-vaxxer. I have yet to meet one who spreads information about all vaccines being harmful, who is comfortable with the label. Exactly. Every single one of them says, oh, I'm not against them. I just have questions. So yeah, hardcore anti-vaxxer. Of course he's leading a freedom rally. All right. Good enough for now with that.
To the guy, and I go, wow, this guy has his head on his shoulders straight. He's, warning people about something that's really effing dangerous, more dangerous for, young people particularly than the actual COVID 1984.
Yeah.
COVID 1984. Oh my God, he's a QAnon like 4chan guy, I'm sure.
Why?
Or 8chan or whatever they're on now. I don't know.
Why should Children's Health Defense Network be, banned on every platform along with RFK Jr.? At this point, it's putting him in better and better company because of so many people this is happening to.
Well, and RFK Jr. was one of the people who was the disinformation dozen. We're just highlighted. Huh?
Was he actually on that list?
Yeah. So was Reza Islam and like a bunch of other, like, with the exception of what's her name, Sherry Tenpenny. They're mostly like the usual suspects for people that get yelled at on the right. You know who wasn't on that list? Del Bigtree.
Oh. Huh.
That he is a vaping advocate.
No. So the reality is, at best, the vaping is a cofactor. And, that makes sense, right?
Dumb.
I don't even think being planned and timed out. It's like you can tell an artillery barrage isn't organic or accidental or naturally occurring because of.
Only got a couple of minutes left with you before we got to hop over to the other call.
Sure.
I want to play 13 seconds of Anthony Fauci for you here real quick and get a reaction from you and one from Pasta.
This sucks so bad. Oh, let's see here real quick. We're going to do this. First, we're going to wait for an ad. So, how many people we got in chat? Oh, hello. Hello, one viewer. How's it going? Alright.
The virus invades your body, sinking its crown-like spikes into your cells, using molecular deception to pick their locks, and hijacking your body. But there is one way to prevent this, by using one of the virus's weapons on itself. Hey smart people, Joe here. Right now, there's about 7 billion people all waiting for the same thing, a vaccine that will protect us from the virus causing COVID-19. And if you're like me, you wanna know what's in it, what makes it work.
Yeah, well, this was, let's see, this was put out in December. Okay. So, a little while ago, but still good.
Making a vaccine and getting it out to the public is a long process with a lot of steps, so we can make sure the vaccine is safe and effective. And it's pretty typical for that to take 10 years or more. Now, in an emergency, like this pandemic, well, we can't skip any of those steps, but we can speed this up by doing some of them at the same time. But none of that can happen until you figure out the first step. What do you put in your vaccine that will make it protect people? And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to visit a lab and meet some scientists who study the coronavirus. We're also going to meet a really big, awesome science machine and learn how they used it to design this, the key ingredient inside the very first COVID-19 vaccines. Now here's my goal with this video, to show you what exactly is in the new COVID vaccines that makes them work, and how they got made faster.
Listen up, pasta to this.
Faster than any vaccine in history. My hope is that you'll be better informed when you get your shot, and you'll have a new appreciation for why science like this is so important. This is how to make a COVID-19 vaccine. It turns out that some of the most important research for making the COVID-19 vaccine is happening right down the road from me at the University of Texas, which is pretty cool.
We are going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet at Pasta. Hey. At yo. Oops. At yo. Pasta. Hey. Watch this. Pasta. Tweet. Hey. Okay. I'm done. I'm sorry. That's pretty cringe. Okay. This is extremely cringe. How many subscribers? 5,000? That's not too bad, considering it's what it is. Whew. Okay.
Because I did my PhD right here. And in here is the lab of Dr. Jason McClellan. He studies how pathogens like coronavirus cause disease.
There are 4 human coronaviruses.
He's so evil. Look at this guy. This guy is trying to like track you and kill you with the vaccine.
That occur seasonally and generally cause the common cold. And then there have been 3 coronaviruses that have...
This is who Pasta is afraid of. This is who Pasta is afraid of.
...caused pandemics. And that's the first SARS coronavirus back in 2002, the MERS coronavirus in 2012, and now SARS-CoV-2, which emerged earlier this year. At the end of December 2019, it was on the news that there was these pneumonia clusters in China. In the scientific community, we thought maybe a new flu virus or possibly a coronavirus. I was actually snowboarding with my family, and my collaborator, Barney Graham, at the Vaccine Research Center at the NIH called, and he said he's been in contact with US CDC, Chinese CDC. It looks like it's a beta coronavirus, similar to SARS, and they wanted to move rapidly, try and make a vaccine. And I said, we're definitely in.
So you're just like scrolling through your phone in the ski lodge. You're like, we gotta get to work.
So while the rest of us were focused on royal family drama and just hearing the first mentions of coronavirus for the very first time.
Oh, I remember that. I remember hearing, I forgot exactly when, but yeah, I remember I was watching Al Jazeera, and I remember when the first case was reported, like, new case of a novel coronavirus and everything. It's like, no, it's not gonna be that big of a deal, is it? And then, yeah.
Scientists like Jason knew this was serious, and they were already getting to work. As soon as researchers in China decoded the virus's genome and published it online, Jason's lab could start designing a vaccine.
I texted Daniel Rapp, my graduate student, and let him know to be on high alert because this...
Evil. Another guy who Pasta is scared to death of right here.
As soon as we get the sequence, we're going to move as quickly as we can.
Jason was on that winter vacation and texted me that it was a coronavirus, and eventually in early January, the sequence was released online publicly. And then things started moving pretty quickly.
Let's step back for a minute. What does a vaccine do? Well, it trains your immune system to know what a germ, like a virus, looks like, so that it can recognize the germ, fight it off, and keep you safe without you getting sick. This is the virus that causes COVID-19. The outer shell is made of a few different kinds of proteins, but these proteins sticking off the side are the most important part, the spike. These spikes are what give this family of viruses their name, the coronaviruses, because they look kind of like a crown. The coronavirus uses that spike to sneak into our cells. The three-dimensional shape of that spike is super important because that exact shape is what lets the virus latch on to receptors on the outside of our cells, almost like picking a lock. And then it sneaks inside. Those shapes sticking out on the outside of a virus are also what your immune system is feeling for, to figure out if this is a foreign invader, if it should attack or not. The problem is, the first time your body sees a virus, your immune system responds so slowly that the virus has time to make gazillions of copies of itself, and you can still get very, very sick. That's what's great about a vaccine. It trains your immune system what to look for, so when the real virus shows up, your body can respond super fast and destroy the virus before it has a chance to hijack your cells. So what's actually in a vaccine? Well, sometimes a vaccine has a weakened or dead virus. That's how polio and measles and mumps and some other vaccines work. But these days, a vaccine usually just contains a little piece of the virus. The newest COVID-19 vaccines, they're just the spike. But for that spike to work as a vaccine, to train your immune system to recognize the actual virus, it has to have the same three-dimensional shape as the spike on the whole complete virus. But making the spike all by itself, not attached to the rest of the virus, it turns out to be really hard because the spike is actually pretty floppy, just floating around on its own. It doesn't look much like the spike on the actual virus. And this is the key thing Jason's lab figured out how to make. For years, they'd studied SARS and MERS viruses, which are really closely related to the virus that causes COVID. So they already knew what tiny tweaks to make to freeze the coronavirus spikes into the perfect shape.
So we got to work designing our stabilizing mutations into the new spike sequence. There was just 2 amino acids that we knew would, if we mutated them, that would stabilize the spike protein and make it a lot easier to work with in the laboratory.
A protein, like the coronavirus spike, is a long folded string of individual units called amino acids. And these strings of amino acids are built using code written in RNA and stored in DNA. By changing or mutating the letters of DNA code, we can change the amino acids in our protein string.
So it's cool. So you're like building scaffolding into the protein to be like freeze in this shape.
Yeah,
That's
a good way to
want.
put it.
How do you get from there to making the actual spike protein?
I can show you.
Okay.
Scientists are able to grow special immortal human cells outside the body, which they use as factories. They put a modified gene for something like their spike protein into those cells.
And then they'll start spitting out this protein.
So they're just pumping it out into the liquid.
Yeah, that's right.
They take that liquid, run it through special purification machines, and are able to isolate a pure sample of their spike protein. But how do they know for sure that this special spike protein looks like the real thing, 3D shape and all? Well, they take pictures of it using a big, awesome science machine. This is a cryo-electron microscope. This machine took a 3D picture of the coronavirus spike and helped design the very first COVID-19 vaccine.
I got the big science machine.
Looks like a giant microwave. I mean, the room is like $1 million, and then the microscope's another $1 million.
So you're saying don't touch this screen right
So you
now.
can see like the floor is separate from the instrument. So
Like all this stuff can be done like with like these machines and everything, with all the, like, you know, the little funding that these places get and everything. Like imagine the kind of like cool stuff and everything everybody could do if they got more funding.
it's on its own. Vibrations are bad. These are wall panels that contain water running behind them to keep the temperature constant in the room. And then it also has to be electromagnetically shielded too.
That is nuts. This beefy cable over here.
So that's the 200,000 volts coming from that.
Okay, yeah,
so don't touch-
lick that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
sciencey.
Look at all that science happening in there.
Oh no.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science.
It's brilliant.
Whoa.
It's kind of a marvel of physics and engineering.
Can you play Doom on this thing?
Some of our computers, you'd be able to play at max settings.
So maybe this sounds like a super stupid question, but why can't you just use a regular light microscope to take a picture of a protein? Well, the wavelength of visible light is on the order of hundreds of nanometers. And that means the smallest things you can see with visible light are also on the scale of hundreds of nanometers. But what we want to see, the atoms in a protein molecule, they're angstroms apart, tenths of a nanometer. So we can't use visible light. We have to use a special electron microscope.
So super high energy electrons make very tiny wavelengths, which lets you see very, very small resolution things.
That's right.
Okay. I want a camera like that. That's better than 4K. We could go angstrom K.
So to take a 3D picture of a protein with a cryo-electron...
That is pretty cool. Wow. Like, wow. What a thing. That is pretty freaking cool.
Microscope. First, you put a drop of protein onto a special metal grid. Then you freeze it in place with liquid ethane. When we shoot a beam of electrons at it, these proteins will be in all kinds of random orientations. Each orientation leaves a particular shadow. Powerful computers look at all of those 2D images and then combine them into a final 3D shape. It's kind of like using a bunch of 2D photos to make a 3D model.
Plant all in the chat. Look at bananas. Hello, one viewer. Thank you. Okay.
And when Jason and Daniel and their team looked at the spike that they made with their tiny little tweaks and mutations, their spike has the same 3D shape as the spike on the whole virus.
Pretty cool.
Now we can put that spike into people and see if it trains their immune system and protects them from the real virus. And it works. This protects people from COVID-19. The research you just saw from those scientists is literally what's being used in the very first COVID-19 vaccines. And some of those vaccines work in a really cool way. Instead of having to make the actual spike protein in these big factories with huge tanks of cells like the ones that we saw, some of these new vaccines, the genetic instructions for making the spike is all that's in the shot, on a molecule called mRNA. Your body
Very cool. Very based. Very itchy.
uses those instructions to make the spike. You are the factory. That's awesome. I mean, this is a really incredible piece of science. A year ago, no one had ever seen this virus before, and thanks to these scientists and thousands of others around the world, now we have vaccines that work. I mean, it's gonna take months, maybe years, to get these vaccines and the dozens of others still being worked on to the billions of people that need them, and that's a huge challenge on its own. But this is a really hopeful story. No vaccine in history has ever been invented this fast, and we were able to do it safely. We were able to do this so quickly because scientists like Jason and his lab and others, they were ready. Because they were studying basic scientific questions about other coronaviruses, SARS and MERS. They've spent years trying to figure out their secrets so that when this one showed up, they were already 10 steps ahead. And to me, that's why work like this, supporting basic research, is so important and why we need it. Stay curious and get your vaccine as soon as you can. I am really ready for this to be over.
That's right, Pasta. Get it. Okay. So let's go back to this and see if that. I want to hear what the next caller has to say. That's all I really want to know now. I want some fun callers.
The mask thing is just crap. They've
Oh boy. Yes. Okay.
people with glasses would be 30% less likely to get it because you can get it through your eyeballs, and there's no mask for your eyes generally unless you're wearing one of those full face shields. Even then, it's vapor. It goes around, So the mask thing is just crap. They've started this thing up here in LA again because of the so-called Delta variant. I saw
So-called Delta variant.
an article in globalresearch.ca, a very good website with all kinds of information from all kinds of authors.
Wait, what did he say?
CA, a Delta variant. I saw an article in globalresearch.ca.
Okay. Globalresearch.ca. That sounds completely legitimate. Let's check it out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's everything I would. Oh my God. This is everything I was hoping for. Oh, it's so badly done. It looks like it's from the early 2000s. Oh boy, they have. Oh boy, they have channels. Oh, this is disgusting. Okay. New World Order. Oh my God. This is just far right conspiracy stuff right here. Oh my God. Okay.
CA, a very good website with all kinds of information from all kinds of authors, where someone pointed out that it seems like the surge in cases from the Delta variant are happening in the most vaxxed countries, not the least one. So tell me what that means.
Yeah.
Could this be that self-replicating vaccine that is spreading amongst people without their even realizing it? And now,
No, it's just that now the Delta variant is just the fastest spreading one. It's having its time over here, and it's spreading faster than the other strains because everybody's vaccinated, and the other strains don't have as much of an effect. Oh, Jesus.
everyone's given themselves, spike proteins from one to another.
Yeah.
I have no idea, but it does.
Sorry,
And I hope to see pasta on the west side tomorrow.
You might see me. Who knows? Not saying nothing yet, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your insight, brother. I love you.
a big aggressive Italian guy.
Okay. Later,
The
guys.
alt-right shit they're talking about. This is exactly what they're talking about. But
That is all right. That is completely alt right. Yes, you guys are alt right.
look, so I actually don't have a fucking problem in the world with Ben Norton. I really don't. He came out to the
This is the gray zone guy. This is yeah, he's one of the owners or whatever of the Gray Zone, the fake journalist website that has I don't know what 50 patrons or something crazy crazy nonsense like that. So this guy, problem in the world with him, he says.
The Assange event that I was at the beginning of the month, it was nice to see him. He said Biden already announced that he will pass a new law against domestic terrorism. The authoritarian center-right technocrats in the agree with, and I doubt his sincerity. Medical professionals that's so far out of my realm of experience, and I feel like I would sound like I was pretending. And because of that, I could be told more or less anything, and
I'm afraid of not being taken seriously. Okay.
I would either look like a complete blithering idiot for pushing back, or I would just look like I had him on to yell at him. And I don't want either of those things to be what this show is.
What?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems that we've run into a question of the credibility of Mr. Martin. Personally, David Martin and
ideologically inspired
for like, oh, the left is the area of leftist, but it seems kind of look at the.
No, you're. I mean,
fucking up. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh,
Sleepy, I can hear it in your voice. Hey, there he is.
I am Jerry. I called in last couple weeks. How are you guys?
Jared Goldstein, right?
I'm sorry?
Jared?
Yeah, the reason I'm calling is to bring up the bombshell interview between Dr. David Martin and the attorney Reiner Fulmick.
Oh, geez. Oh, boy. So this guy looks like he is misanthropic. He seems like he is a, like, get rid of population kind of guy. Ah, yes. Here we go. This guy's fun. This is weird as hell. Lizards eat butterflies. This is some messed up stuff, isn't it? Red Pill Expo. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Truth with Robert Kennedy. Oh, okay. So this guy is hardcore anti-vax. This guy is alt-right. Big time. Big time. Let's check it out a little bit more. I'm curious to know a little bit what Buckminster. I'm curious to know exactly what he wrote about. Is he talking about, because I'm thinking he's talking about like depopulation and stuff, which is sick, sick, sick. Hmm. Hmm. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, he seems to be pretty popular on YouTube here. The mRNA vaccine is a vaccine is designed to prevent illness. A video shared on social media has claimed that the mRNA coronavirus vaccine is not actually a vaccine, but a device designed to make people sick. The video, which has been viewed more than 11,000 times, can be seen here. It is a man referred to as Dr. David Martin. So the same guy who's calling in here. Remember, these are the same people who are leading the Medicare for All marches tomorrow. Is seen speaking on a video call. In the clip, Martin claims that the vaccine is, a medical device that makes people sick. So this is the kind of stuff these people like Pasta and everything are buying into. and spreading around. You are getting injected with a chemical substance to induce illness, not to induce an immunotransmissive response. In other words, the thing. Wow. Disgusting stuff. And this guy's a hardcore grifter too, writing books like that. Spreading this around. Making money off the fear of poor people and everything. Because ultimately, that's who gets hurt. I mean, in all this. I mean, it's the people who are getting grifted, you know? Like, it's the people who are really putting in the work for these Medicare for All marches and getting grifted by these people. And Jimmy Dore, and Nico House, Jack Posobiec, all of them. Okay. Caller says, David Martin's my hero. Let's see what he's got to say.
I'm sure you guys are aware of that discussion. I was wanting to suggest that maybe you
got it on my queue.
Bring either Mr. Martin or Mr. Fumick on your show for an interview.
Oh,
Maybe in the process of doing that.
If you're this guy's neighbor, if you're Jerry's neighbor here, or if you know Jerry, just try just try to like talk to him. I'm sorry, everybody. And be really nice. Maybe start a garden with him and everything. You know, just slowly like just help him out and everything. Make him happier, I guess. You know, like kind of try to help him because this is crazy shit right here.
Maybe we could end this bullshit once and for all.
You know what? I have reached out to Reiner Fulmick. I haven't got an.
Well, let's check it out. Who is Reiner Fulmick? I don't know. Reiner Fulmick. I don't know who this guy is. Reiner Fulmick. Okay. Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. The first result is from Facebook. So, leading German lawyer and member of the German Corona Investigative Committee, specializes globally on the prosecution. Okay, so what does this guy do? This is against all protagonists in being termed the COVID scandal. The lies are exposed. People aren't afraid anymore. Okay, so seemingly very alt-right. But I'm not sure, so we'll check out one more thing. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. He's an anti-vaxxer too. Yeah, 100%. That's great. Fact-checked and exposed. Oh, he made lots of money on it. Reiner Fulmick COVIDCon. In a recent video, Reiner Fulmick suggests everyone who fact-checks his COVID conspiracy theory is in the pocket of big pharma or large corporations. That's right. He also that's what all these guys are saying. He also states again that PCR tests don't work. That's exactly what this is exactly what Pasta was saying. Oh my god. He then attacks vaccines, calling them genetic experiments, hints at sterilization, oh my god. Fact-checking Reimer Fulmick for profit. Fulmick claims that people are out to discredit him for profit, that it's all a glorious hatchet job. Oh, that's hilarious. They're coming after me. People are paying them. They're all paid trolls. For an attorney, his apparent inability to grasp just how messed up we are from an organizational stance, as evidenced by our haphazard pandemic responses, is concerning. We're just disorganized. Ryder, get over yourself. No one is. Contrary to what you and your supporters like to believe, not everyone's seeking to call out you for. Okay. Canadians aren't having any of it either. Despite claims on social media by Fulmic supporters to the contrary, Canada's top court is not hearing the case about the COVID-19. So Canada's like, screw you. Okay, good. Where is the grift? It's there. We can assure you contributions pouring in to support this world-class liberation con. It's the Normandy beach landing, except this time the beach is empty and no one's home. Fulmic has convinced the more gullible among us, and there are many that the beach is crawling with enemies. Yeah, so this is one of these guys. This is a Jimmy Dore figure almost, who sits up there and rakes in the money off the fear and the work of other people. All right. So we got a conversation between that guy, David Martin, one hardcore crazy anti-vaxxer, and I guess another anti-vaxxer. So this guy's citing that, apparently, who's talking on the phone here.
Answer back sometimes when you email people from a Proton account.
And this guy here, the host of this podcast here, he's saying he wants to have Reiner Fulmic on. Insane.
It goes into the spam and they don't see it. So I am going to ask a couple of my friends that have talked to him if they can CC me on an email and maybe get in that way. Dr. David Martin, I think he's got some good information and he's got a lot of points that I don't agree with. And
they both suck. Hardcore.
And I don't know if the audience is going to get anything out of me interviewing him that they wouldn't get from a number of other interviews that he's given, because they seem to more or less be the same interview.
Yeah, with all these kind of people, it's the same thing. Jimmy Dore, everything.
Do you know what I mean? Like the conversations that he has with other medical professionals, that's so far out of my realm of experience, and I feel like I would sound like I was pretending. And because of that...
Oh, this is another one of those things where he's afraid of, not being taken seriously. Oh, boy. Sad.
I could be told more or less anything, and I would either look like a complete blithering idiot for pushing back, or I would just look like I had him on to yell at him. And I don't want either of those things to be what this show is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it seems that we've run into a question of the credibility of Mr. Martin. Personally, from my perspective, the man is totally sincere, and
I don't doubt his sincerity.
Not good.
Behind the COVID scamdemic.
Scamdemic. These are right wingers. Like far right. This is alt right. Like this is QAnon.
Scamdemic, plandemic, whatever you want to call it. I think he's got him by the balls, and that's the reason that I suggest that people like yourselves who do interviews and people who listen who are interested in finding out the brutal truth of
those who aren't sheeple. Me, I'm above everybody. I know the truth. Me, this guy on the phone.
Of this whole situation, that this man and Reiner Fulmic, their messages have got to be amplified to the max.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong Dr. Martin. Are we talking about the dude who,
bald head and bow tie?
That guy, the patent guy.
Patent guy.
So that's interesting too. It is, because I do have questions for that guy.
Yeah.
And
I do have questions. I like to ask lots of questions about strange things.
Yeah, sorry, I had my Martins mixed. My bad. So I'm on board now. But I will reach out to that guy. I will. I do. I've got a ton of questions for him, and would like to see what he has to say. And I also want to know if he only looks at it from the angle of patents filed, or if there's other areas that he has some insight on.
Next caller.
To the narrative we were talking about earlier, Steve, that I think big change or big splash
Of heralded the name of Don Copter ever.
You know,
Oh,
You got him.
Shit. Please call back, Mr. Don Copter.
Oh.
Oh, you're alive.
Don Copter.
Yo,
Hello.
yo, this is Robbie. This isn't Doncopter anymore.
Robbie!
Hi.
Robbie
What's going on,
Receipt.
dude?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Yeager, Robbie Receipts,
Robbie Receipt.
Robbie Baskin Robbins,
Yeah.
Mr. Fucking
Big cringe. So big. Like, unbelievable levels of cringe.
Rablito.
fucking scooping these motherfuckers left and goddamn right. Robbie too scoop.
A lot of the work I do has everything to do with, you know, looking at money in politics and who's running who, you know, who. You're only getting one side of the story. You have to, and this goes to what Pasta and Fee, and what they do so well over at Combo Couch, and what they get completely, unrightfully criticized for, is like,
Get done. Well, I think we're going to end it here for right now, but thank you, everybody.